Today we're going to make chocolate chip banana bread. So we have several ingredients, but it's actually really easy to make it. So what you're going to need is to prepare a 10-inch tube pan. And I rubbed it with shortening and I sprinkled flour and sprinkled it all around and then dumped out the excess flour. You just want a light flour coating. You're going to need 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. You need 4 ripe bananas mashed, and I'm going to mash those in just a minute. You'll need 3 eggs. You'll need 1.5 sticks of butter, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then you need 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So, first thing you need to do is mix all your dry ingredients together. So I have my flour here, and I'm just gonna put my salt. Oh, and preheat your oven to 325. So I've got my flour, my salt, my baking powder, my baking soda, and my cinnamon. And I'm just gonna stir those up together in the bowl, like so, just to mix them good. All right. So that's mixed good enough. Next thing you gotta do is go ahead and mash your bananas, and I have a masher thing here, and I got all my bananas peeled and in this bowl already, so I'm just gonna mash them up with this thing. And if you have one of these, they're awesome. You can use it when you're browning meat that you're wanting to grind up to. Works really, really good. You just mash them up like this. Oh, and the other ingredient I'm gonna need is 1.5 tablespoons of milk, but I haven't got that out yet. So now our bananas are all mashed up good enough. So now I'm gonna come over here to my butter and cream it. I've been letting it sit out at room temperature for like 30 minutes to get soft, so it'll be softened up and I can smash it up with my beaters. So just you want to mix this up and beat up your butter until it's getting creamy. You don't want it into stick phase anymore. You want to make it creamy like this. Alright. Then I'm going to add my sugar to that. And you want to beat your sugar and your flour, your butter together until it's like nice and fluffy. So we just keep doing this. Once you get it combined, you can turn it up a little bit to get it combined good. And just beat it up till it's all really combined and has a fluffy looking consistency, which this does. All right, the next step is you want to add your eggs one at a time and beat after each egg. So get one in and then beat it and then add your next egg and repeat that with all 3 eggs. And that just helps it keep getting, fluffier and fluffier after each egg that you add. So now I'll add the next one. Number 2. All right, beat this up now. This just gets fluffier and fluffier when you do this. take long as you have your beater going at medium to medium-high speed. Then your last egg, get that in there, and then beat that in. And we get mixed in a little good, and then we'll add our other wet ingredients. Okay. Go ahead and add your vanilla. 1 to 1.5 teaspoons, depending on how much you like it, of pure vanilla extract. Just gives it a good flavor. Alright, and you can see how fluffy it is. Now I've got to add my milk. And it's just 1.5 tablespoons of the milk. That just helps to keep a little bit more moisture in your mixture. And then we'll add our bananas. So 1, and then I get my half out. 1.5. Boom. Mix that up, and then we'll add our bananas in. If you wanted to mash your bananas in a bowl like I did, but you don't have one of those things, you can use a fork. I used a fork for years before I got one of those masher things like that. So you don't have to have any kind of a fancy tool or anything. You can just have regular kitchen stuff and do this recipe. Alright, now we'll add our bananas. And a lot of your moisture in this recipe comes from your bananas. And we'll mix this in. That's all nice. Mixed up good. The bananas all through there everywhere. Now we will add our dry ingredients, and I like to do it like a little at a time. Usually if I got this much, I'll do like a third and third and third like that. Get it mixed in there good. Start out slow. If you start out fast with that beater, that flour's going to go fly out everywhere, and you're going to be covered in it, and so will your counter in your kitchen. So don't go too fast with it when you start. But once you start getting it combined, then you can speed your mixer up a little bit to get it mixed in there better. Like so. Alright. Now I'll add the rest. And it's a banana bread, not a cake, so it's a little bit denser than a cake would be, but they still taste delicious anyway. So I'm just going to slowly mix the flour in at a slow speed, like so, until I get it mixed up pretty good where I'm not going to fling flour all over the place. Alright, now I can speed it up to get it mixed in really good together. Like this. So that baking powder is what's going to help it rise, because it doesn't have, you know, any yeast. It's not a yeasted thing or anything. uses rising agents. Okay, so we got that part done. Now for the chocolate chips, what you do for this part is you put them in and you're gonna fold them through the batter. You don't use the beater to beat them because you don't want to chop them up with your beater and it'll get chocolate chips all stuck on it and all that. So you just fold them in like so till they're evenly distributed. And as you can see with folding, I just kind of flip my spoon over and over like that. Okay, so it's ready. Now I just got to pour it in my pan. So just do a little bit and then turn your pan and do a little bit and turn your pan so you can get it in there even and not mess up your prepared pan with the flour and shortening and everything. And I guess you could do it with butter instead of shortening, but I just have always used shortening. I guess it's a Texas thing. I don't know. But my granny did it, my mama did it, and I do it. All right. Don't leave any of the good stuff behind. You can spoon it out and put it in there like so. Now once you get it all in there, take the back of your spoon and sort of spread it out where you're sure it's all in there even without like messing up the sides of your pan where you prepared it to not stick. All right, so we have our oven already heated to 325 degrees. All right, y'all. I finished getting it all in here, so now we're going to put it in the oven at 325 degrees. I already preheated it when I first started getting everything ready. So we'll put it in middle rack, and we're going to bake it for 60 to 70 minutes. So those of y'all who watch my videos regularly know that I always start out with the lower time and then I check it, and if I need to add time, I do. Don't automatically go for the high time because you don't want to overcook it. You want to bake it just right and not over bake. So once it's done, we'll insert a toothpick somewhere in the middle of that ring and see when it comes out clean, it's ready. And then we'll let it cool for 10 minutes on a wire rack before we turn it over onto our serving plate. So we'll be back once it's done. All right, y'all, our banana chocolate chip bread is done, and it just took 60 minutes, so the shorter amount of time. I turned it on a wire rack and let it cool, and so it's cooled down enough now. We're gonna give it a try. Take a look at that. Looks pretty good. See all those chocolate chips in there? All right, let's try it. Chocolate chip banana bread. That's perfect. If you like my video making chocolate chip banana bread, please hit that like button. Share it to others. Please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please go back and watch some other ones if you want to remember how to make something. We'll see y'all next time in Nene's Texas Kitchen.